Steven Universe and all associated images are property of Cartoon Network, Rebecca Sugar, and any and all other respective owners. I don't know them all. All footage in this video has been used for the purpose of critique parody under fair use. Please support the official release. Here we are, my second video request, technically speaking at least, in that I have gotten requests for other videos that I'm going to be doing after this one, but I got the requests before this one. You get the point, it's not important. What is important is that I was asked by one of my patrons, Enoninja, what my thoughts were on Blue Diamond's power to push her emotions, to paraphrase, as it doesn't seem as powerful as, say, Yellow Diamond's ability to poof gems pretty much instantly. And so I really got thinking about that, about what the benefits and the uses of such an ability might be. And what I've concluded is that I think it's actually more powerful than Yellow Diamond's ability, at least the ability of Yellow Diamond that we've seen so far, and I'd like to explain to you guys why. This is not going to be a video on all of the Diamond's powers. I know a lot of people are doing prediction videos on the other Diamond's abilities, but at this point, I don't see how we could possibly know them. So at this point, I feel like we can guess all we want as to what White Diamond's and Pink Diamond's abilities might be, but we're probably going to end up wrong. So focusing entirely on Blue Diamond's ability, first let's assess what exactly it is. So far, we have only seen Blue Diamond use this ability to make other people sad. But no, I do not think that's the limit of this power. Because, simply put, not counting the flashback and the answer, which I will return to later, we have only seen Blue Diamond sad. Even during the trial, even though she seemed so angry, and I'm sure she was, that angry came off, to me at least, as something of a facade. She was angry about what happened to Pink Diamond, but that anger stemmed from her sadness over Pink Diamond's death, and she was able to play that up as a sort of mask to wear to prevent Gems, who she did not trust implicitly, like Yellow Diamond, from seeing how she actually felt deep down, how much sorrow she was actually in. So it makes sense that when her power went off, when she accidentally used her ability in an explosion of that anger that was born of that sorrow, that it would make the people around her feel sorrow rather than anger. This is actually supported by evidence in the answer. In the answer, we see Blue Diamond experience genuine anger born of only anger. And look at all of the other gems around her. Look at how quick they are to anger. Yes, I am sure that they were all very upset when they saw Ruby and Sapphire fuse into Garnet. It has been pretty clearly established at this point that cross-gem fusion, at least during the era of the Diamond's rule, has been declared something of a taboo. But if we're supposed to take the answer as an accurate representation of what happened, every single one of those gems became angry at the exact moment, and their levels of anger seemed equal. There wasn't a single one of them who seemed sympathetic. There wasn't a single one who seemed worried what the implications of this might be, or one who was scared that Blue Diamond might go nuts and just start indiscriminately poofing people, or even killing them. These are all reasonable reactions for an oppressed group to have when one of their leaders is angered, and yet they all seem to feel her anger right along with her. I think this was another example of her projecting her emotions. While that crowd would have been angry to a degree either way, I think that they were stirred to the level of anger that we saw by Blue Diamond's power, which I'm going to start calling reverse empathy from this point forward. And that really is what it is. Empathy in this context is a sort of psychic ability to feel the emotions of others, no matter how deep they may be. Whereas Blue Diamond's power seems to be to project her deepest emotions into the minds of others. There are so many potential uses for this. We know that gem abilities seem emotion-based anyway, so it stands to reason that for any gem to really learn to control their abilities, they must learn how to control their emotions. This would incidentally be why Blue Diamond isn't constantly making people sad all around her all the time. She has enough emotional control that even though her sorrow is so deep that it sometimes gets out of her control, she is able to control it most of the time. So let's imagine Blue Diamond when she's not so full of sorrow, when things are a little bit more stable in her life, things are a little bit more normal. Now let's imagine she has to lead an army into battle. Imagine her being able to control her emotions to the degree that she feels excited and she feels angry and she feels, for lack of a better term, rallied for combat. All of her allies would feel that as well. Now imagine she stirs herself to feel afraid and projects that onto her enemies. Suddenly they will not be able to fight as effectively because they are fighting against fear. Whereas Yellow Diamond's ability to destabilize gems' forms seems directed, as if she could only use it on one or two gems at a time. Blue Diamond's reverse empathy is an area of effect. She can use it on an entire room full of people. At the very least, we still don't know the limit to this power. As a Diamond, she has to have leadership experience. She has to have command experience. She has to know how to effectively control people. And having the ability to make them feel whatever she wants them to feel can only be a benefit to that. Except in situations like right now, when that ability is being handicapped by her own emotions. To simplify, let's put it this way. Assuming similar numbers of gem types on each side, despite Yellow Diamond being the gem over the military, I think Blue Diamond's forces would win because this ability is so strong. But that's not all. I think it was this ability that gave the Diamonds the ability to corrupt gems in the first place. Another thing that the show has made abundantly clear at this point is that it was some combination of the Diamond's abilities which caused corruption. The show has also been seemingly setting up Steven's empathic ability as having something to do with the method by which he will eventually uncorrupt the corrupted gems. Steven's empathic ability and Blue Diamond's reverse empathic ability seem to be literal opposites of one another, evidenced by the way that Steven was able to connect empathically with Blue Diamond from so far away and feel the emotions that she was putting out with her reverse empathy. So if the show is setting up Steven's empathic ability as a means by which corruption can be cured, I think it stands to reason that the reverse of that ability, Blue Diamond's reverse empathy, was the power that opened the gate into the minds of all of the gems on Earth and allowed the other diamonds to corrupt them. That Blue Diamond somehow put just the right combination of emotions into those gems' minds, that the other diamonds were able to act on them and damage those gems' minds irreparably. And the more I think about this, the more I'm extremely confident that this is true. But as per usual, guys, I'd like to know, what did you think of this theory? Shout out once again to Enoninja for the idea. Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below. Either way, this has been AJ22, and I will talk to you guys later.